तो कल लास्ट प्रॉब्लम हम लोगों ने जो आपको सॉल्व करने के लिए दी थी, द एग्जाम्पल इज ई टेंस टू e plus t, okay, slash t. Now next production is t equal to t into f or f, okay, and f tends to id. So how to find out the left recursion, right? So e and e, left and right side, that is a left recursion, right? T and t, that is a left recursion. So how to remove the left recursion? So with the help of formula, right, we remove this left recursion. So first we take care for this part, right? Okay, so in this part, right, the next symbol is t, so we rewrite the production e tends to t, okay, e dash, okay. Now in next part, right, we eliminate this plus t and include the new production. So the new production is e dash tends to plus t e dash, okay, and epsilon. This is the first part. Now on that basis we solve the second part. T tends to t asterisk f or f, right? So rewrite the production t tends to f t dash, okay. Now t dash tends to, now this t is removed, asterisk f t dash, okay, or epsilon. And the last production is, this production is without recursion, so f tends to id, okay, clear? Now move on the second problem, right? Second problem is s tends to l or a, okay. So anyone tell me, in this part is recursion is occur or not? In particular production is recursion is not occur, so there is no need to removal of recursion, right? The next production is l tends to l comma s, right? In this part is recursion is available, right? L left hand side and right hand side, so we remove the recursion for this particular production. So in solution part, the first part write it as it is, right? And now in second part, L dash tends to, right? We converted this part, so S L dash, okay. Now L dash tends to part, right? So comma S and L dash, okay, and epsilon. This is the complete answer for this particular problem, okay, right? Now take one more example. So each and everyone clear, right, how to remove the left recursion. This is an important part when we start the parsing, right? So first we check the grammar left recursive. So we convert it into left recursive grammar into right recursive with the help of removal of left recursion, right? So take another example, s tends to s0, s1, s or 0, right? Now, if you want to, so this is a cause of recursion. So we remove that, right? So the new production is 0, 1, s dash. Okay. Now, s dash tends to 0, s, 1, s, right? And then s dash or epsilon. Okay. So in this part, there is no recursion, though this is a solution. Okay. So I hope each and everyone is understand how to remove the left recursion. Okay. Take one more example. A tends to A alpha or beta. Okay. Now, if you want to remove left recursion, A tends to beta A dash, and now A dash tends to, right, A alpha, right, and A dash. Okay, and then epsilon, right? In this part, this production is A dash, this production is A. So there is no recursion is occur. Okay, now, so this is a final solution. Okay, for this particular problem, right? So I hope each and everyone is clear, right? What is left recursion? Now, the new concept is come to the picture, that is called left factorial. It is called left factorial. left factoring. Okay. So what is left factoring? Left factoring means when, write it down in your copy. If right hand side of more than one production start with the same symbol, right? If right hand side of more than one, okay, more than one production start with the same symbol. Same symbol. Okay, right? Then such grammar is called, right, left factoring grammar, right, which contain the common prefix. Okay, right? Common prefix means we take example A dash tends to alpha beta 1 or alpha beta 2 or alpha beta 3. So in this production, you can easily check alpha is repeated number of times, right? So common prefix is repeated number of times. Okay, so how to eliminate, right, this common prefix? Okay, so the question is arises why we remove, right, left factoring, right? So the root cause of left factoring removing, right, because top down parser is facing the problem, right? If you talking about the alpha beta 1, alpha beta 2, alpha beta 3, so top down parser cannot decide which production must be chosen for the parsing to handle the string, right? So that is a main cause. Okay, how to remove, right, this left factoring part? So first, right, कैसे remove करेंगे? We make one production for each common prefix, right? The first rule is we make one production, right? One production for each common prefix. Common prefix meaning clear है? Right? In this example, alpha is a common prefix, right? Second point, the common prefix may be terminal or a non-terminal or a combination of both, right? So जो common prefix है, maybe it is terminal, non-terminal, or it's a combination of terminal and non-terminal, right? So everything is possible, right? In left factoring, right? Third point, rest of the derivation is added in the new production. So कैसे remove करेंगे? Suppose we take this example, right? If you want to remove the left factoring in this part, so we create a one more production, A tends to A dash, right? We rewrite the production A equal to A dash, right? Okay, clear? It's alpha, so alpha, not A, right? Alpha A dash, okay? Now, again, right? We're talking about the A dash. So A dash tends to beta 1 or beta 2 or beta 3, right? So the left factoring part is removed, right, in this production with the help of this method, right? So that is a technique how to remove the left factoring. We create a new production, right, for different terminal, non-terminal, and the common part we conclude in a single, right? Okay, now take our example of left factoring, right? So first example is S tends to right. So take an example. S tends to I, E, T, capital S, right? Now I, E, T, S, E, S, or A, or E tends to B. Now, if you take this example, right? IETS, right? IETS. This is a repetition part, right? It's a combination of terminal and non-terminal both, right? So how to eliminate the left factoring part. So the previous method we common part, right? So we define a common part as this as dash I E, okay, T S, right? We use a new protection S dash, okay. And the last part is A, that is not containing any prefix, so we write it down simple, right? The new protection S dash the remaining part ES, right? Or epsilon. You take this part as a common, so epsilon is in this part, and you take this part common, so ES is a part, right? And the next is E tends to B. So this is a example, right? How to remove the left factorial, okay? Right? We take one more example. So I hope you can easily understand, right? How to remove left factoring, okay? So we take one more example. A tends to small a, capital B, okay? Or small a, capital B, small c, or small a, capital A, small c, okay? Right? Now, in this part, small a, capital A, right? Small a, right? Capital A, okay? And small a, capital B, right? So that is not a left factoring part. So left factoring part is small a, right? And capital A, right? So in first step, we write it down the production. A tends to A dash, right? A dash, okay? Right? Now, again, A dash tends to AB, okay? Right? Or BC or AC. Okay. Now, in this part, only one part is repeating each and every. Okay. Small a. Okay. Right. So A and A dash in a one first part, and A dash tends to AB, BC and AC. Right. Again, अगर हम इस ग्रामर को फिर से चेक करें, so again the left factoring is occur A and A. We can solve directly in a one step, but you are a beginner, so we use step by step methods, right? Now again we categorize this part, okay? So when you categorize this part, we remove the left factoring in this, right? So the resultant production is, just a minute, okay. So the resultant production is A tends to A dash. This is as it is. Now, in this part, again we categorize. So A dash tends to A, D, okay? Or B, small c, right? Clear? B and small c. This is a small c. So B and C. Now, this D part is categorized. D tends to capital B or small c, right? Okay. So this is a left factored grammar. Okay, right? I hope each and everyone is understand how to solve the left factoring part. Now, अब आते हैं हमारे पास में नेक्स्ट जो सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट होता है, जहां से हमारे पास में पार्सिंग स्टार्ट होती है, राइट? सो पार्सिंग का बेसिक मीनिंग अगर हम आपसे बोलें, राइट, पार्सर्स। तो अब यहाँ पे हम वर्ड यूज करेंगे पार्सर। यहाँ से आपके पास में एक्चुअल कंपाइलर आपके पास में स्टार्ट हो रहा है, राइट? पार्सर्स। अब सबसे पहले हमारे पास में बहुत सारी पार्सिंग टेक्निक्स हैं, क्लियर? तो इन पार्सिंग टेक्निक्स को हम अलग अलग तरीके से कैटेगराइज करते हैं, क्लियर? तो पार्सिंग टेक्निक को कैटेगराइज करने का मीनिंग क्या है आपके पास में, कि हम कितनी तरीके की पार्सिंग यूज करते हैं। सो इन द बिगिनिंग पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, राइट? तो पार्सिंग जो है हमारे पास में, इट जनरली इन ब्रॉडर सेंस वी कैटेगराइज इनटू टू पार्ट्स, राइट? फर्स्ट इज parsing in first part and second part. The first part is top down and the second part is bottom up. Okay, so in broader sense we define the parsers into two broader category. First is top down and second is bottom down, right? Again we classified top down in a different manner and bottom down in a different manner, right? So again, we classified top down. Okay. So top down. Okay. Top down. First, we classified the top down into recursive descent parsing, right? Recursive descent parsing. Recursive descent. Okay, parsing. Clear? Right? In recursive descent parser, right? Again classified into two types. Okay? Right? Recursive descent parser is classified into two types. Okay? First is backtracking. Okay? And second is non-backtracking. Okay? Right? Backtracking and non-backtracking. Right? So in backtracking, that is actual में brute force methods या simple हम आपसे बोल सकते हैं नॉर्मल बैकट्रैकिंग मेथड जो होता है हमारे पास में वो ब्रूट फोर्स मेथड से काम करते हैं, राइट? नाउ नॉन बैकट्रैकिंग मेथड्स अगेन क्लासिफाइड इनटू that is called predictive parsing, right? Right? Non backtracking again classified into predictive parsers. Predictive parser. Okay, and predictive parser again classified into LL1 parser, right? LL parser. Okay, right? So top-down parsing, again in simple sense, we can top-down parser classified into two parts, right? Backtracking or non-backtracking, but backtracking and non-backtracking again complete with the recursive descent parser. So top-down parser classified into recursive descent parser, and after that recursive descent parser again classified into two types, right? First is backtracking and second is non-backtracking. Backtracking is a simple brute force method, right? And now backtracking method are again classified into predictive parser, and predictive parser is classified into LL1 parsing or LL parsers, right? So this is a classification of top-down parsing, right? Now we're talking about the bottom-up parsers, right? So again, different flavors of bottom-up parsers, right? So bottom-up, ये क्वेश्चन आपके पास में एग्जाम में पूछा जाता है, राइट? क्लासिफाइड डिफरेंट पार्सिंग टेक्निक्स, राइट? सो बॉटम अप पार्सर आपके पास में दो तरीके से क्लासिफाइड है. बॉटम अप पार्सर में फर्स्ट पार्ट है आपके पास में ऑपरेटर प्रेसिडेंस, राइट? ऑपरेटर प्रेसिडेंस मींस वी फैमिलियर अबाउट द asterisk, right, plus arithmetic operation, caret symbols, right? So according to operator precedence we use the grammars, right? Okay, so operator precedence, operator precedence, right? Okay, now the second part is shift reduce. Shift reduce. Shift reduce parser, right? Again, shift reduce parser again classified in LR parser, right? LR parser. Okay, and LR parsing again classified into three categories, right? First is SLR, second LR, and third is LA-LR, right? So that is a complete description regarding the parsing, right? So in unit 3, we categorize parsers, right? Before parsers, we some of the basics, how to parsing techniques works, element, right? Because parsers always deal with the non-recursive and non-ambiguous grammar, right? So first, how to convert the ambiguous grammar into non-ambiguous grammar. This is the first part. In this part, we cover up the left factoring and removal of recursions, right? After that, we come up the different type of parser, right? So the parser take a non-ambiguous grammar, right? Okay, and rightmost derivative grammar, right? So parsers classified into basically two types, top down and bottom up. and top-down parser again is classified into recursive descent parser, and recursive descent parser again classified into two different parts. First is backtracking, that is called Bootstrap method, and second is non-backtracking. Non-backtracking again classified into predictive parser and LR parsers, right? Now, bottom-up parsing again classified into two types. First is operator precedence parser, and second is shift-reduced parsers. No classification further for operator precedence parsers, but shift-reduced parser again classified into LR parsing, and LR parsing we classified into three types: SLR, LR, and LALR, right? Clear? So one by one, we cover each and everything in details, right? But follow the first top-down parsings, right? So in top-down parsing, first we use the LR parsers, right? So when we're talking about the LR parsers, right? This one. Okay, so the two most common or important words which are used, that is called first. अब ये जो चीज आप पढ़ रहे हो, क्लियर, ये अगर आपको नहीं समझ में आएगी तो आप आगे कहीं पे भी पार्सिंग को सॉल्व नहीं कर पाओगे, राइट? फर्स्ट एंड फॉलो, right? These are the two techniques which are used in find out the parsings, right? For parse tree. Okay, if you want to generate a parse table, parse tree, right? So these are the two elementary things which is used for parsing. First is first and second is follow, right? So now move on the first and follow. What is the first and follow? Okay, so we're talking about the first. Okay, so first हम कैसे find out करते हैं? That is an important issue. Okay, so first कैसे find out करते हैं? आपके पास में first and follow अगर हमें find out करना है, right? So there are some rules. Okay, clear? So first and follow है क्या basically? Write it down. First and follow sets are needed. First and follow sets are needed so that the parser can properly apply the needed production rules at the correct position. I'm again repeat, so that the parser can properly apply the needed production rule at the correct position, right? Okay, so basically first है क्या? So हम लोग फर्स्ट को सिंपल बोल सकते हैं, लिखने का तरीका क्या है? F first of alpha, okay, right, is a set of terminal, okay, terminals, okay, that begin in a string derived from alpha. राइट? यानी आप सिंपल सा वर्ड अगर हम यूज करें, सिंपल अगर हम आपसे बोलते हैं कि एक रो क्रिएट करो, इसमें से फर्स्ट कौन है, राइट? तो आप इजीली फाइंड आउट कर सकते हैं कि जो पहली लाइन में पहला पर्सन खड़ा होगा दैट इज फर्स्ट, राइट? ओके, सो अब प्रोडक्शन रूल्स जो होते हैं हमारे पास में, उनमें हम फर्स्ट कैसे फाइंड आउट करें? तो सिंपल अगर हम एक छोटा सा एग्जांपल लें, A टेंड्स टू, ओके, A B C, राइट? और अगर हम आपसे बोले इसमें फर्स्ट आपके पास में फाइंड आउट करो, तो आप कैसे लिखोगे इसको? फर्स्ट, राइट, फर्स्ट ऑफ A इक्वल टू स्मॉल a, राइट? द फर्स्ट कैरेक्टर फ्रॉम लेफ्ट मोस्ट से, राइट? क्लियर? ओके, तो अगर आपके पास में टर्मिनल्स हैं, राइट, तो प्रोडक्शन रूल्स आपके पास में या फर्स्ट फाइंड आउट करने के रूल्स क्या हैं आपके पास में, वी डिस्कस वन बाय वन। अभी हम केवल सिंपल मीनिंग बात करते हैं कि व्हाट इज द मीनिंग ऑफ फर्स्ट। तो अगर कोई भी प्रोडक्शन दिया हुआ है, राइट, तो उसमें जो भी पहला पार्ट है आपके पास में वो फर्स्ट कहलाएगा, राइट? अगर हम इसी तरीके से यहाँ पर प्रोडक्शन लिखते हैं और DEF और GHI, राइट, तो अब आपके पास में फर्स्ट ऑफ A क्या क्या हो जाएगा? नाउ complete first of A, D, and G. This is the first of A. Okay, right? So this is a simple example. Now, some rules are applied to find out the first, right? So rule number first, rules. Okay, the first rule, if production contain, right, epsilon, contain epsilon, means x tends to epsilon, then first of x, this is capital, right? We're talking about the non-terminal. So first of x is epsilon. This is the first rule. Okay. Now move on to second rule. What is second rule? If any terminal symbol, right? Any terminal symbol. Okay. Any terminal symbol, if we taking this example, this is these are the terminal symbols, right? So if in the beginning terminal symbol is occur, so without any hesitation, we find the first symbol as a first of that particular non-terminal symbol. Suppose we take our example, capital X tends to small a, b, right? Okay. So first of X is small a. Okay, right? Is that clear? Okay, now the rule number 3, right? This is an important rule. Okay, how to apply the rule number 3, right? So rule number 3, if the productions, right? If production, okay, x tends to y1, y2, y3, right? It means it's a combination of different type of non-terminals, right? Okay, so X contain Y1, Y2, Y3, all are non-terminal, right? So in this case, right, how to find out the first of X, right? So there are two things, right? In symbolic form, we can write, right, if, okay, X contain, right, आप इसको ऐसे बोल सकते हो, right? If we define the first of that non-terminal which occur in first in right hand side. So हम सबसे पहले क्या find out करते हैं, जो भी हमारे पास में first right hand side पे आपके पास में जो भी पहला non-terminal है, right? हम उसके लिए first को find out करते हैं, right? If that particular production contain epsilon, right? So we find out the again next, right, non-terminal symbol first, right? So the simple meaning is if X does not contain, right, epsilon. Sorry, X does not contain epsilon, right? So in this case, आपके पास में क्या होगा? First of X equal to first of Y. Okay, right? If X does not contain epsilon, okay, so first of X equal to first of Y. Now the second part is in third, this is the first rule and this is the second rule. If X contain epsilon, right? If X does not contain epsilon and if X contain epsilon, right? If X contain epsilon, then first of X is equal to, right, first of Y1 minus epsilon. Okay, this is the first part. Okay, and union first of Y2, Y2. Okay, the meaning is that we already told you if y1 contain epsilon, right? In production of y1 contain epsilon. So if the epsilon is contained, so we again find out the next non-terminal first. If this terminal is also contain epsilon, so we find out the next non-terminal first. Suppose if y1 does not contain epsilon, so there is no need to find out the first of y2 or first of y3, right? So in this particular expression, right, suppose you find out the first of x and y1 is contain the epsilon, right? So y1 contain the epsilon, it means we find out the first of y2. If first of y2 is contain the epsilon, then a need to find out first of y3. If y2 does not contain the epsilon, so there is no need to find out y3, first of y3, isn't it? Right? Now we take an example so you can easily understand how to find out the first. Okay, so example. Okay, S tends to capital A, capital B, capital C. Okay, now capital A tends to small a or epsilon. Okay, capital B tends to small b or epsilon. Okay, and capital C is equal to. Okay, right? These are the predictions. Okay, on that basis you find out the first, right? So we find out each and every non-terminal, right? First. So fi is the first of s, right? So how to find out the first of s? First of s, we check the production of first of s. Production of s. So s contain non-terminal. If non-terminal is the starting, so we find out that non-terminal, right? First of that non-terminal. So we just find it out the first of A. So we cannot write the first of S, right, in the beginning, right? Because in S production, the first symbol is non-terminal. So we find it out that non-terminal first, right? So first of A, we find out first of A. So A is contained a terminal symbol or epsilon, right? So it means the first of A is both A and epsilon. Okay, right? The first of A because A contains the small a. Small a is a terminal symbol, right? So according to first rule, right? If epsilon or according to second rule, if terminal symbol is occurred, so that is a direct part of the first, right? So first of A is A and epsilon. So this part is solved. Now, again, we come to this part. First of S, it means first of A. First of A is A and epsilon. So we contain A. If the epsilon is occur in first of A, so the rule is that we find it out the first of B also, right? So now first of S is still not complete because A is contain the epsilon. If A is contain the epsilon, so we find it out first of B. First of B, right? Now in first of B production, B is terminal and epsilon. So B and epsilon is a part of first of B. So again, we're talking about the first of S. So again, B, first of B is B. And again, first of B contain the epsilon. So this part is not complete. We check the first of C. So first of C is not available. So first we find out the first of C. First of C is, it's a single terminal symbol, small c. So this is only first of C, right? So now in first of C, there is no epsilon. So we write it down C and there is no epsilon. So this part is complete. So first of S is ABC. First of A is A and epsilon. First of B is B and epsilon. And first of C is C, right? Is that clear? Now, take one more example and try to solve on your basis, right? It's good for you if you try on your basis. Example, S tends to A, B, C, D, E. Okay. Now, A tends to A or epsilon. Okay. Now, B tends to B or epsilon. Okay. C tends to small c. Now one more prediction. capital D to small d or epsilon, and capital E tends to small e or epsilon. Okay, now find out the first of all non-terminals, right? Okay, so start with the start symbol, first of S. Okay, again, we check the production of S, right? S, the first production is non-terminal. So what is the rule for non-terminal? In non-terminal symbol, right, if occurs in any production of right-hand side, so first we find out that particular non-terminal first, right? So find out the first of A. So we write it down, first of A, right? So first of A, right, in a production rule of A, right? So A contain small a or epsilon. So small a is a terminal symbol and epsilon is also. So A and epsilon is a first of A. So this part is complete. Now move on back on the S part. So S contain non-terminal symbol A, right? So first of A, we find out first of A. So it contain A and epsilon. If the epsilon part is occur in non-terminal part, so we again check the next symbol of that production. If suppose that particular production is again non-terminal, so we include that first also in a first of S, right? Okay, so in this part B, so again B is non-terminal. Okay, so first we find out the first of, right? So we check the production of B. So B is contained small b or epsilon. So in this part again, B is a part of first of S. But again the epsilon part is occur. So if the epsilon part is occur, so again the rule, right? We check the next symbol. And again next symbol is non-terminal. So we find it out the first of that non-terminal. So first of C, we find out for first of C, right? So first of C, right, is a simple small c, right? And we put it small c is here. In first of C, there is no epsilon, so there is no need to further check D and E, right? Isn't it? So the first of S is ABC. In case C contain also epsilon, right? So we again check the D part, right? If D does not contain epsilon, so process is stop. If D is contained epsilon, so we check next part, right? If next part is again epsilon, so there is no other production, so the process is right. Okay, now find out the next. First C हो गया, अब कौन से productions बचे हुए हैं? D. So first of D, okay, the terminal symbol है D and epsilon, and first of E. दिख नहीं रहा है. Okay, first of E is E and epsilon. Okay, visible है बेटा? Clear? Now in whole class हमने फिर से बोला हुआ है, दिस इज अ इम्पोर्टेंट टॉपिक. पूरी पार्सिंग में फर्स्ट एंड फॉलो आपका पीछा नहीं छोड़ेगा, राइट? तो अगर किसी को भी फर्स्ट नहीं समझ में आ रहा है तो वो मेरे से यहाँ पे डिस्कस कर सकता है, राइट? इसके बाद अगर नेक्स्ट आगे किसी भी लेक्चर में जब हम फर्स्ट निकालेंगे, डायरेक्ट लिखेंगे, तो कोई भी मेरे से ये नहीं पूछेगा कि फर्स्ट कहाँ से आ गया. ओके, राइट? ये पार्ट क्लियर हुआ. नाउ अब हम लोग आते हैं, लोगों ने पहले पढ़ी थी, राइट? उनका क्या यूज है. So we take a previous grammar, right? That grammar is, okay. Again, we take an example, right? E tends to E plus E. Now, listen carefully, right? E tends to E asterisk E, okay? Right? And E tends to ID. Now, it is possible we directly find out the first and follow for this particular production, these particular productions. It is possible. So it is not possible because this particular production rules are contained recursive part, ref recursion. So first we convert that particular production into non-recursive part or the rightmost part, right? So first we convert this particular production into rightmost grammar or rightmost derivation part, right? So how to convert? Anyone can tell me how to convert? No answer. First, we remove the recursion, right? So how to remove the recursion, right? We already did this example in the beginning of the class, right? This is, right? This type of example, okay? Right? So we take care for this example, right? Rather than this. So we change the production, right? E tends to, okay? E tends to F, okay? Or F, right? And F tends to, okay? T tends to, okay? So these are the productions, okay? E tends to E plus T, right? Oblique T. T tends to T asterisk F or F, right? F tends to IT. Now, if you find it out the first of these production, right? So that is not possible because this particular production rules are left recursive, right? So first and ambiguous grammar, right? In both characteristics are available in this production. It is ambiguous and left recursion, right? So first we remove the left recursion and check the grammar is ambiguous or not, right? So how to convert? Using the left removal of left recursion rule. So after removal of left recursion rule, we find out in first part, E tends to T E dash, okay, right? E dash tends to plus T E dash, okay, or epsilon, okay. Now T tends to F T dash, okay. T dash turns to asterisk F T dash. तो अब आगे जब हम लोग प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करेंगे तो कोई भी ये नहीं पूछेगा कि सर ये कैसे कन्वर्ट हो गया, राइट? तो अब आपको ये चीजें समझ में आनी चाहिए और मैक्सिमम प्रॉब्लम आपको इसी तरीके की मिलेगी, ओके? आईडी नाउ this is a resultant production, so we find out the first with the help of these productions rule, okay? So first we find out the first of E, right? Okay, first of E. So in first of E, right? Is there any terminal or non-terminal? You check it out. First of E. This is terminal, right? Sorry, non-terminal. So first we find out the first of T. So you find out the first of T. Okay. In first of T, this one, right? In first of T, right? You check the production, that is F, right? Capital F. So again, this is a non-terminal symbol.
Non-terminal.
Right, bilkul correct hai beta. Right, so in beginning session we already discussed capital symbol always represent the non-terminal and small symbol is represent for the terminal. Right, okay. So first of T, again we find it out the first of F. First of F. So first of F is contained terminal. So the first of F is only ID. Okay, this part is complete. Now move on the back part. Okay, previous part. So first of T. First of T means first of F. First of F will contain ID. So there is no epsilon. So there is no need to check T dash, right? So first of T is ID. Okay. Now move to again previous step. First of E, right? So first of E is a first of T. First of T again does not contain any epsilon part. So it is ID. Okay. So this process is complete. Now E is complete, T is complete, F is complete. The remaining parts is E dash and T dash. So again, we find it out the first of E dash. Okay. So first of E dash, the first symbol is plus. So there is no further checking is needed. That is first, and the or second production is contained. So first of E dash is plus or epsilon. Okay. Now first of T dash. Okay. So first of T dash, the first symbol is asterisk and the second production is epsilon. So this is our answer. This is a most common question which is asked in UPTU number of times, right? So this is a very simple question. If you clear the concept, how to deal with the parsing, right? So parsing always deal with the right recursive grammar, never deal with the left recursive grammar or ambiguous grammar, right? Clear? Now take one more example, right? Example is S tends to A right? And capital C. Okay. So A and capital C and capital B, or C, right? Capital C, small b, capital B, or capital B or A. Okay, right? The second prediction is capital A tends to DA, right? Or B and C. Okay, B tends to G or epsilon. Okay, and C tends to H or epsilon. Okay, now find out the first of S, right? So write down the prediction. Okay, clear? Each and everyone is writing down the prediction, right, in your copy. So it is easy to understand. Now, find out the first of S. Okay. So first of S, if you find out the first of S, right? First of S, if you find out the first of S. Okay. So first of S, this is a non-terminal symbol. So you find it out the first of A. So first of A is D. Okay. So first of A is contained D. But
ऊपर कीजिए पेज.
yeah, okay. In first of A, we contain the D. Okay. But in second production, again the non-terminal is occur. And the non-terminal is capital B. So we find out the production of, right? Yeah, first of B. So if you find it out the first of B, write it down here, right? First of B, right? So first of B is contained G and epsilon. So G and epsilon. Again, when you reverse back, right, in this part, so B, first of A, it means B. So first of B is G. So we write it down G here. Okay. But epsilon is contained. So we find it out the first of C also, right? When the epsilon is occur, so the rule is that we find it out the first of next symbols, right? So we find it out first of C, right? Now, first of C is H and epsilon. Okay. So we write it down. H is here. Now, the question is generate. After that is epsilon. So is there any more symbol? Is there any more
No,
symbol?
sir. No,
If
sir.
there is no more symbol, so epsilon is also part of that particular knot, right? That is the important. So we discuss this example, right? So D, G, H and epsilon is a first of A. Now, again, move on the first of S part, right? So in first of S part, we contain the first production is A, right? So first of A is DGH, DGH. We write it down as it is, and epsilon. Okay, right? Now this part is complete. Yes or no? If first of A is contain
Yes, sir.
epsilon,
Yes, sir.
so it means that is not complete. We check the production of C also. So the production of C is contain H and
H
epsilon, which is
and
already
epsilon.
contained in this set. So there is no repetitions is allowed. Okay. So H and epsilon is contained. Again, epsilon part is occur, right? So again we find it out the first of B. First of B. So in G part, right? Again G and epsilon. So G is already in your set. So G is so this part is complete for one. Now we're talking about the second productions, right? So in second productions, C, B, and capital B, right? So the first part is non-terminal. So if we find it out the first of capital C, first of capital C, again H and epsilon, and H and epsilon means H is contained and the epsilon is occur. So we find it out the next part, right? That is again most important part, right? So epsilon, the next character is small b. That is a terminal symbol. So we include this terminal symbol is first of S, right? So after terminal symbol, right, there is no need to further check any other symbol. So this process will stop here. Now, again, the next production is capital B and A, right? So capital B, first of B is G and epsilon. G is already contained. Your voice is not properly coming, Amandeep. Right? So in G part, right? In B part, so we contain G and epsilon. So we check the next right symbol. So next symbol is terminal symbol, so we write it down E, right? So this is a first of S, right? I hope each and everyone is clear how to find out the first, right, for giving grammars, right? I take one more example you can solve on your basis. S dash tends to S, okay, right? Visible है बेटा, right? And next S dash tends to C and C, ठीक है? S dash tends to small c, capital C, right? In both part, capital C, okay, right? And C tends to small t, okay, right? If you find out the S dash, right, first of S dash, it means this is the last question, S dash, right? So if you find out the S dash means the first of S. The first of S. The first of S is two part. First is capital C and capital C any first of C, right? So first of S dash means first of S. Okay. First of S means first of C.
C.
Right? Right. So first of C is D. Okay. So this problem is solved. Again, S is contained one more production, that is small c capital C. So small c capital C means S contain small c and capital C, we have contained first of D, so C and D. And first of S is contained S, so C and D. Okay, so this is our answer for this particular problem. Okay, I hope each and everyone is clear how to find out the first, right? This is the
Yes,
first
sir.
one.